We're coming to you from the beautiful Canyon Ski Resort in Park City. It's opening weekend now for the Sundance Film Festival. And in between seeing screenings, we're here to talk to you about some of the great movies at the fest, including a hot topic this year, which is...
Sex.
Sex. Who doesn't want to talk about sex? And it actually turns out that a conservative Utah group called the Sutherland Institute, a policy think tank, are opposing some of the obscene, what they consider obscene movies at this year's festival.
Wow, always nice when somebody starts protesting something they haven't seen and have really no information about. But, you know, it's true that for a festival where everybody is kind of bundled up tight, everything that's happening on screen is about people taking off those clothes. And there are actually like 3 really interesting films that are just about porn. Don John's Addiction, which stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, his directorial debut, about a guy who's kind of like a ladies' man, obsessed with porn, obsessed with womanizing, but like can't really maintain any solid relationships. The Look of Love with Steve Coogan. It's kind of like the British version of The People versus Larry Flint. He's this flamboyant pornographer. And then finally there's Lovelace, which stars Amanda Seyfried as the 1970s era porn star. Linda Lovelace, star of Deep Throat, helped mainstream porn back in those days. Kind of a tragic, sexy drama. But then there are also some documentaries, which you're keyed into, right, that are kind of touching this subject.
Yes, and actually, James Franco has 2 movies here at Sundance. One of them is a documentary he's producing.
Kink.
Kink, which is a perfect title for the movie. And it's about a San Francisco-based internet porn company called Kink.com.
And Franco has another film here too, which is
He does. Yeah, he has an art film that he actually co-directed, which is really interesting, with a guy named Travis Matthews, and it's called Interior Red Leather Bar, and it's a reimagining of the roughly 40 minutes that were cut out of the film Cruising.
With Al Pacino.
With Al Pacino, and it, you know, is about gay sex and the kind of gay sex community, and it's also, you know, not for the faint of heart in terms of sex.
Well, then, you know, in addition to that, you have some other dramas that are kind of interesting. Naomi Watts and Robin Wright star in this film called Two Mothers. They're lifelong best friends. They have sort of young but, you know, grown-up sons, and each one falls in love with the other's son. So I'm not really sure who pays for that wedding, but it kind of makes for an interesting film at least. Finally, there's Concussion, the story of a sort of ordinary housewife who gets hit on the head, and it kind of shakes something loose in her. She decides to start taking a lot of risks. Sexual behavior gets a little more extreme, and she actually dives into the world of prostitution. So again, not exactly for the faint of heart. If you're interested in human relations, there's a lot to explore, but if you're kind of put off by that, I guess there's a lot to grasp your pearls over as well. So we'll be seeing you all this week at EW.com, bringing the stars and filmmakers through our suite, and please stay with us.